Are you considering an Atlas Suspension Headrest for your Aeron chair, but you're not quite sure the $179 price is worth it? In this video, I'm going to go over everything Atlas Suspension so you can easily make that decision. Hey guys, it's Ryan with BTod.com. Headrests and Aeron chairs are going to be a very popular topic because Herman Miller does not make a headrest for the Aeron. So if you need one, you need to buy one third party from a different company. And oftentimes it can be tough to really understand whether or not the quality is going to meet your new Aeron chair. So we're going to be reviewing a bunch of different headrests that go on the Aeron, and today's is going to be on the Atlas Suspension, one of the most expensive headrest options out there. Let's see if it is worth the $179.95 price tag. So first, we're going to take a look at the things that I like about the Atlas Suspension Headrest. And the first thing that I really like about this product is going to be the quality that you get. It really feels like it was actually made by Herman Miller. The plastic is an exact match to the frame on the Aeron chair, and the mesh is the same mesh as the Aeron. So you are getting an exact match in terms of product quality, color, look. Everything is going to match your Aeron chair, which I am a huge fan of. This is the one headrest that we've reviewed that's actually made in the USA. So from a pure component and mesh quality standpoint, it's definitely top of the line. The next thing I really like about the Atlas Suspension is that you get three-way adjustment. You get height adjustment, depth adjustment, and also tilt adjustment. And another great thing about all of these adjustments is that they have huge ranges. So the height range is good enough to accommodate people all the way down to 5'3", 5'4", and all the way up to people as tall as 6'5", 6'6". So massive height adjustment range, also great depth range to give you multiple different seated positions, whether you want to work fully upright tasking or lean all the way back with your head back. The depth really helps you to hone in on a nice comfortable position, and same with the tilt. The tilt really allows you to keep it in the curve of your neck so that you're supported no matter what position you're sitting in. Another thing I really like about the Atlas Suspension is that it's just a comfortable headrest to use. I found it to be one of the most comfortable headrests out of any headrest that I've used, and this just goes back to the quality of the materials and the large adjustment range. The mesh is soft, flexible, but very supportive. It's not coarse, so it's not uncomfortable to use. The headrest itself is large, spacious, allows you to use it in multiple different positions, and the wide adjustment range really allows you to hone it in and be comfortable no matter what position, tasking, relaxing, any way that you want to use the headrest I found to be comfortable. So definitely one of the biggest upsides with the suspension from Atlas. Another great feature about the adjustments on the Atlas Suspension is that you can really crank down on all of the adjustments, the height, the depth, and then the pivot function to really make the headrest hold its position no matter where you put it, which this sounds strange, but this is one of the biggest bonuses of headrests because a lot of headrests simply do not keep their position. They might wiggle a little or tilt or fall down. This one is the most solid headrest that I've ever used, and it will hold its position no matter where you place it. And the final thing I really like about the Atlas Suspension is that they do give you 30 days to try the headrest. So even though it is a little bit more on the expensive side, if you do decide you don't like it after 30 days, ship it back to them and they'll give you a full refund. You do have to pay that return shipping cost, but the box is not very large and it's not very heavy, so I would estimate it to probably be around $20 to $30. While there's a lot to like about the Atlas Suspension, there are a few things that I'm not a huge fan of that might be deterrents for some of you out there. The first being the price. At $179.95, this is definitely going to be an expensive product. It costs the same as some low-end office chairs, so it is going to be quite an investment, which a lot of you just aren't going to be willing to pay on a headrest edition. The next thing that I was not a huge fan of is that the design is pretty bulky in the back in order to give it the wide range for the height adjustment. Even though the plastic and the mesh is a perfect match, it looks very good from the front, but when you turn the chair around, it becomes pretty bulky, a lot of metal back there that is not going to be typical of an Aeron chair. So if you're really design focused and want your Aeron to look the best possible from every direction, then this might not be the best choice for you. And the last thing that I'm not a huge fan of on the Atlas suspension is that you do need to loosen and tighten knobs to do some of the adjustments, which is a little bit more time consuming than some of the other options. I did find that I could really tighten it almost all the way tight and still allow it to move a little bit, which gave me the ability to move it up or down or front to back to fine tune it while I was sitting in the chair. But if you don't tighten them all the way, then there is the chance for the headrest to move slightly in those directions while you're using it. So ultimately we need to answer that question, is the Atlas suspension worth it at a price of $179.95? Now, I think that this is gonna go both ways depending on what you're looking for and what your budget is. It's not gonna be the perfect headrest. It has a little bit of a bulky design from the back and the knob adjustments aren't ideal, but I will say that this is probably the highest quality headrest that I've seen on any chair that I've used. The components, the mesh, very high end, super adjustable. It was very comfortable to use. To be honest, if I used an Aeron as my everyday driver chair, I would probably want the Atlas headrest on it. I really enjoyed using it while I was testing the chair and testing the headrest, and I just found it to be a very nice experience. So I can certainly justify the price from a pure comfort and a component quality standpoint, but I can definitely see some of you not wanting to pay that much on a headrest. So if you want a really good quality product with your Aeron and you're willing to pay for it, then I would highly recommend this. If you're looking for something a little bit less expensive, then you're probably gonna need to go with an alternative product. And that's gonna wrap up our video on the Atlas suspension. If there's anything about this product that I missed in the video, as always, leave a comment, we'll get you taken care of. Make sure to smash that like button, subscribe, ding that bell, check out our social media, do all the things. Thanks a lot for watching.